Week 2 of college football in the books. Here are my takeaways. Number 1, Oklahoma is all the way back. Huge win at home. That fan base hasn't seen a win like that in a few years now. That must feel really vindicating for them. Maybe put some faith back in Brent Venables. John Material looks great. Their defense just absolutely shut down Michigan, made them completely one-dimensional. Overall, they looked like a really solid team. So good for them. They're finally back. South Florida also back. They are a threat. 2 huge wins over Boise State and Florida over their first 2 games, and they got Miami on deck. Man, they are really primed to make a splash, and they're probably the front runner to be the G5 team in the playoff this year. So Byron Brown looks good, but back after his injury. They are going to be a threat for the G5. The top teams, like the Georgias, the LSU's, I think Clemson for sure. A lot of these teams struggled against like really inferior opponents. Not sure how much to read into that. It could be a really glaring issue, and these teams may be getting exposed, or this could be just something that okay, yeah, it's light competition. They're taking it easy, but I would say the Texas, LSU, Clemson, Georgia, these teams kind of struggled in Penn State against the inferior opponents in a lot of spots this week. So we'll see if that's going to be a trend or if this is just something to look past from. The Iowa offense with Mark Gronowski, man, I was optimistic about it. I thought that they were going to be back a little bit, at least be competent on offense. It's the same. It's the same as it was with Bryant Ferentz there. They look abysmal. It's like they would, I don't know, if you'd rather be a receiver for Iowa or for Army, it's the same. So their offense still can't do anything, and it's going to cost them games. Oregon looked. I mean, granted, it was a 4 touchdown spread, so I don't want to go too crazy here, but they just absolutely obliterated and made mincemeat out of Oklahoma State. I might have been a little low on Oregon. I thought that they lost a lot of talent and wanted to see Dante Moore do something before I went like kind of like fully bought into them, and they replaced a lot of guys. So I said, they had an extremely good year last year, won the Big Ten, undefeated regular season. So I wanted to pump the brakes on them a little bit, but they look right back to where they were. In fact, they had a better start this year than they did last year, so they could be scary. Kansas State on the other side of that, this is probably the most disappointing team so far in college football. Kansas State, just lost to Army, just a bad play or bad playing against Iowa State. They have just not looked good at all this year. 17-point favorites to Army, and you end up losing here. Like, it's just embarrassing what's going on in Kansas State this year. I don't know if they'll be able to turn around, but they were one of the top teams to head into the Big 12 to be a title contender for the Big 12 and maybe get a playoff spot. But that is completely gone now. Fran Brown, beast. He is a savage. So Fran Brown, head coach of Syracuse, beat UConn. The spread was 6.5. They covered the spread. Granted, it did go to overtime, but they won by 7. And after the game, Fran Brown made his players run sprints. Like, it's a truly savage move. I hadn't seen this in a long time. This is some old school football. But you have to imagine that these guys are pretty dialed into this. So I love what Fran Brown is doing up there. Love seeing him coach. And then speaking of coaches, Brent Pry, Billy Napier, both of these 2 names were on the hot seat conversations heading into the season, and these 2 games did not help. Virginia Tech has been embarrassed in both games that they've played this year, and they just got outright embarrassed by Vanderbilt at home. So I'm not sure. Brent Pry, I don't think will make it past the season. I'm not sure he'll make it through this season. And then it's kind of similar with Napier. Like their schedule, as everyone knows, is just an absolute gauntlet. This is a win that you needed to have against USF. So I'm not sure that they're gonna make a bowl game, and we'll see if they're gonna quit on this team or what. But man, these 2 coaches, Brent Pry and Bill Napier, things are heating up around there. Follow Big Body Ball CFB on all socials.